Hey girls, so I'm just going to start this video by saying I'm sorry for not making my video yesterday. I already talked to Georgia. I did have a valid excuse. Okay, so this week's topic is your first period story. So I'm going to go ahead and share that in 20 seconds because it's really not that interesting. So, and I'm going to share why I couldn't make my video. Because that's a ton more interesting on my part. Okay, so it was July 21st, 2011, which was last summer, and I got it at 4 o'clock, and I thought I peed my pants or something, which was really weird. So it's like, okay, that's cool. I have 4 older siblings, 2 are sisters, well, females, so I kind of knew it was coming. And it was funny because the week before I was talking about, I was like, I'm never going to get my period. Like, this is really, really weird because I was 13 years old at the time, and you don't normally get it. Like, I'm a late bloomer. Like, I don't have any chest at all. Like, it's just the way I was built. And I was a gymnast for 11 years. I was an elite gymnast for 8 years. So I didn't hit puberty until later. I don't know why the scientific reasoning is behind that, but usually gymnasts are smaller. I was 4'11" last year. This year I'm 5'3". I recently quit gymnastics. It has made my puberty come. So that's it. It was cool, kind of relieving to me, knowing that I was actually turning into a female and I wasn't like, I was fertile, you know? Ovulation. I learned that in bio. So basically, yesterday what happened was there was this man on campus at our school who everyone thought was a worker here or something. He was in like his car and he was out in the open, like everyone could see him. I go to like a private school, so things like this don't happen. You don't think twice about this kind of stuff. But anyway, I was walking with my two guy friends and my other girlfriend, and so they were in front of me. All 3 of them were walking in front of me, and I was kind of behind them, checking my iPod. And this guy approaches me, cuts off my guy friends, and says, "Hey, will you take a picture of me in my new car?" I personally don't think twice about it because I am way too nice to strangers, and this was my kind of wake-up warning, like, Deanna, quit it. Like, stop being so goddamn nice. So, yeah. I took the picture with his really, really weird-looking phone. He sat in his car for 20 minutes later, staring at my guy friends. My guy friends are buff. Well, they're not actually that buff. One of them is buff, and the other 2 are kind of like scrawny. But so he kept his eyes on those boys. My friend Ilias, he did not let us leave his eyesight. He was staring at us the whole time. My friend Jacob, who's like a little pimp, he would have beaten up that guy. They didn't let me leave their sight. Madison, who is the girl behind me, he was not interested in her. He had confronted me. He was pushing me out of the way. He cornered me. When he took the phone back, I had to step away from him to give it to him because he was coming way too close to me. And so I talked to the teachers, and I was like, hey, well, what is ice cream? Like, this guy was just here, and they thought it was the worker there, and they were like, well, what was he wearing? I was like, well, he was wearing this tuxedo thing, and the guy that was working there was wearing, like, this poncho. 2 totally separate guys. And this guy was in, like, a nice car. Like, his car looked new, so I didn't, like, think twice about it. So I took the picture, and then they called the cops, and I had to talk to the police, and oh my gosh. And that was terrifying, because had my guy friends not been there, I was in arm's reach, and he could have grabbed me, pulled me into his car. He would have too, because I was vulnerable. I know your parents tell you do not talk to strangers. Literally, don't talk to strangers. Don't be nice to strangers. Don't be like me. I have guys coming up to me. I have old men coming up to me all the freaking time. Like, hey, this, hey, that. 5th grade, I got followed around by, like, these freaking cars. And I don't know why. It's because I'm too nice to strangers. Gotta stop being so nice. So yeah, it's kind of like a warning, like, don't talk to strangers. If a stranger confronts you at school, tell a teacher, be like, sorry, like, okay, if this was in the situation he said, like, would you mind taking a picture of me in my new car? Just be like, sorry, I have to be somewhere. There's a teacher inside that you can go ask, and then go tell a teacher. I have 2 little friends, and they are 4'9", okay? 4'9" little girls. And I was pulling them aside, and I did not let them go near that car. That's one thing I did. I said, if anyone's going to get hurt, it's going to be me. I was the biggest girl there. I'm 14 years old. I can handle myself. Those two girls I was worried about because he was staring at them too. He could have grabbed both of them in one arm and shoved them into his trunk. So I kind of like, when I went back to the basketball court, which was weird because I think he was after me because there was a whole basketball court full of kids he could have asked, and yet he cut off my friends and went to me, and Elias drew on my hand today. He's like hella neat handwriting. So I don't know what his deal is. The police said to me that if I ever see him again, I am to call the police, and this man will get questioned, and if he is suspicious, he will get arrested. So I have the police on my side, so back off, creepers. Yeah. Well, now I know better. I honestly, since I'm a Christian, I think that was kind of my wake-up call from God. Like, Deanna, you're really dangerous. So, yeah. Bye. Yep.